Okay, I will try my best. Customer previously painted this door black. Let's do a scratch test. It's no good, so we've got to take that paint right off till it ends up looking like this. Completely sanded back, completely smooth. Once we've done that, we can start with the priming. This is a half primer. It's a water-based product, so it dries nice and quick. Make sure you get in all them little areas, get a good coat on and roll out any fat edges. We're going to be using Tikkurila Mineral for the top coat with a dash of Ultra Oil and White Spirit in. But before that, we want to get this paint up to a decent temperature, so we're going to put it in a slow cooker. Get the lid on and make sure you pop them lids off ever so slightly so it doesn't build with pressure and you end up with a mess. While that's warming up, we're going to tape up the doors anywhere where we could potentially get a fat edge. Where I mean fat edge, I mean if you're going to cut in that side piece of the door, you do not want to get the paint on the face because it will double up, leaving a fat edge after your top coat. Also, while the paint's warming up, we are spotting in any light areas where we fine filled. We use a 2-part filler on this, and then we will pad these areas back down with a 240 pad. And once all that's done, we're going to get a tack cloth like this, wipe it over the entire surface of the door, and this will remove any dust particles or anything that could interfere with our finish. So just give that a good wipe down. Once that's done, we can go back to our slow cooker where the paint is hopefully up to temperature. Now it is quite warm. I would say sort of like a lukewarm cup of tea. You can put your finger in it, it's not going to burn you. This has been in that slow cooker for about 45 minutes and you can just see how runny that's gone. Always use a round paint kettle when you're mixing because you get a better mix rather than a square. We're going to add a couple of lidfuls of Ultra Oil and then just a capful of White Spirit. Now we're going to give this a real good mix up and then we'll transfer it to a small square scuttle where we can use our little roller. Just give it a real good mix up for a minute. Now we can start applying the gloss. If you're slow at this, then I would suggest doing sections at a time. So maybe like a metre square, like half a door at a time, depending on the surface. If you're doing panels, then you can use do two panels at a time. And then you want a laying off brush just like this to flatten that roller stipple down. This paint is still warm, so these brush marks will even out, they will spread out. And once that's done, you'll end up with something that looks a little bit like this. There you go. Nice glass-like finished door. That's not bad for the first coat.